Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CSL. Today we have Lehigh versus Marietta. How you doing, Carlton?
I am doing great, and I'm ready for some Dota. This is going to be a pretty fun game, but before we get started, there's something I want to talk to you about that just embarrassed me, and
What
I'd like to
happened?
share it with you. So the team names are the Marietta College, and the Lehigh University No Electric Dog. Now,
Okay.
if you don't know, I've been writing for the CSL for this Dota season, so
Yeah.
I have to keep up to date with some of the teams, and I get to see some of their silly names. I'd like to give a shout out to Division 2 if you want to see some silly team names, by the way. But No Electric Dog has been a weird one for me, where I just assumed it's an inside joke. Well, here we are in the lobby. No Electric Dog's logo is actually Arc Warden with an X over it.
Yep. So
And I've been looking at this name for the whole season, and I just keep it's a memorable name, and it means no Arc Warden.
yeah, I was curious because we've casted them once before on stream. Me and Wiv did, and yeah, we were so curious about the name, so I just asked, yeah, what does no electric dog mean? So
Oh
Chinese
my
meme. It's a Chinese meme. It's funny. I mean, Chinese got some of
Oh,
the funniest memes. Honestly, I think there was
Chinese are
like a
hilarious.
new one where it was like a meme about FY because he was doing some crazy stuff over in whatever the last term that happened was and people was saying it's like you have it's Schrodinger's FY because whenever FY casts a spell, you don't know if it's gonna be FY God or FY Dog. It's
Oh boy,
hilarious.
I love those guys. I like when the people bring the Chinese memes over. It's always fun to see the same characters. We share the same characters, the same players, and
Yeah,
then we get a little hit of their comedy.
yeah.
So going into this game, I would like to point out a little strange thing with the scores.
Hmm.
The strange thing with the scores is that No Electric Dog, currently sitting at 2-1, actually has no games played for any of their wins. They have a bye, and then they have two forfeit wins. In fact, they've only played one game since the holidays.
Wow.
No Electric Dog has played against McMaster Esports, which, if you're not familiar, they're the top
Yeah.
of that conference. Now, No Electric Dog took a game off McMaster Esports, but they lost. Whereas Marietta College went 0-2 against McMaster Esports.
Is that the
So,
only matchup they have in common?
they have McMaster Esports. They both have forfeit wins, but
Right.
Marietta College also played against the Foul Wings and Dota Red. They 2-1'd the Foul Wings, which is the University of Connecticut,
Right.
and they 2-0'd Dota Red. So they have more games under their belt since the holiday. But so normally you'd say that would give them an advantage, but against McMaster they got 0-2'd,
Yeah.
whereas No Electric Dog has no games except for the one against McMaster where they took a game off them. So I think we might have a pretty even match.
Yeah, I mean, like the records show. I mean, they're both kind of middle of the pack teams here, and even though as you said, Marietta coming in with a little bit of better record, there are some forfeit wins there, and as you said, no electric dog, Lehigh coming in with that game over McMaster, which is hard to do considering that they are the top of the team. Have they lost yet, McMasters, or are they undefeated?
Let me check right now. They are at the top, so they're probably 4-0, something like that. They're currently 4-0, 8-2. So,
Wow.
without
Okay.
losing a series, they have lost two games. One is to our boys No Electric Dog, and the other one is to Dota Red. So Dota Red took a game off them. Who played Dota Red? Dota Red was 2-0'd by Marietta College. Marietta College
Oh.
couldn't even take a game off McMaster, but they beat the team that took. Are they going to beat another team that took a game off them?
I mean, if we're going for patterns here, that makes sense to me.
Okay, but if we're going for patterns here, the pattern is that memes always win, and the better memes are on No Electric Dog.
That's
Think about
true.
that.
That's true. I mean, we just have, I believe, Marietta's, I guess, their mascot or whatever, Pioneers. It's just going to be their just straight up name. Lehigh representing some Chinese memes here.
So, okay, here's another question for you. I'm checking out the player profiles, as I always do, so I know who to report. I mean, just so I'm curious about them. One player has 3 techies in his profile. Are we going to see a techies this
Uh-oh.
game?
Ah, man, the people who like techies are from the olden days where techies used to be good. Techies, I kind of feel bad for techies player. I did not like the hero, but like, he's so far away from what he used to be. He's kind of sad.
I like him. Keep him far away. Actually, put him farther away.
Make
I-
it even less viable. Is
I
Tekis
just
even
know.
in captains right now?
He is not.
Yeah,
He is
okay.
not. But I'm
That
still
sucks.
scared. That's how much I'm still scared he might sneak into one of these games.
Yeah. Speaking of, I would love to see Pengo and Dark Willow added sometime soon.
I'm very excited to
Yeah.
see how they're utilized.
Dark Willow, maybe Pengo's slightly strong right now, but like Dark Willow seems like pretty balanced right now, if not slightly underpowered. So probably should be seeing them enter the fray pretty soon, I think.
I would assume Valve would want to get them out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Obviously, when a new hero comes out or when a hero gets reworked, they don't put it in captain's mode, and I appreciate them doing
Yeah,
that with their new
me
heroes.
too.
But also, these are the first 2 new heroes, so I expect them to be out as soon as possible.
So it looks like we are going to draft finally here. We have the Pioneers
match
over on
off.
the Radiant side and Lehigh over on the Dire side here. I remember this flag they had it last time as well. They have the Super Double Dragon logo, except with arc worms and no nunchucks. The nunchucks are made out of Dagons. They two Dagons chained together. That's like the most badass thing ever. That's like when you have like your Dagon finished and your Dagon 5 finished, you want a second one, so you buy a second Dagon. So you have 2 Dagon 5s.
I like it. That's like when you buy 2 Aghanim Scepter. That's just like this game's over. Let's just keep on going.
10 seconds remaining.
So these teams, I think we're gonna see anything special from these guys, or this is gonna be a similar phase 1. I like to see what teams do in the phase 1 of the draft.
Yeah, I mean it's also slightly. I mean the new patch that come out, so I think it will have shook up the meta slightly. At least when it comes to Shadow Shaman, I don't see him as much anymore. Before I think I saw him literally 90% of the games.
And what happened to Shadow Shaman? They reduced the damage on Shackle, and they increased the cooldown on Aether Shock. It scales now.
Yeah. So.
Alright.
His early game not as strong. Of course, he still has his wards untouched, so that part of him is still okay. But you know, yeah, his incredible early game power with his auto attacks and the shackles are slightly lessened now.
10 seconds remaining.
He had a very strong early game, and he was relevant the entire game because any hero that can push is relevant in this meta. Speaking of the meta, I don't think it looks too shook up with the initial drafts, but we'll see what happens when the picks come. There still is 1 ban left. What is there any hero that was changed in the recent patch that you want to see that maybe isn't extremely common?
Like picked? Oh, I mean, wow. Okay, so Naga Siren, this hero has been making huge splashes in the pro scene. She's been seeing play as a support now, and she's really, really good. She goes for a Tranquil Boots into Spirit Vessel build, and if she can afford it, it depends. And then Force Staff, because Force Staff obviously increases her initiation range, and Egg and Scepter, if she can get there.
And then Omni Knight,
Yeah,
picked up by Lehigh. He's a little bit more common than Naga Siren. Speaking of Naga Siren items and the patch, are we going to see a Meteor Hammer?
Oh, right. That's also something that people have been going for.
Are we going to see a Meteor Hammer? The people need to know, Golgi.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a legitimate item. It helps their pushing potential as well. You know, as a support, you know, you obviously don't have the time to get Radiance, and having Meteor Hammer is nice. And obviously, you can set up with your net, set it up with your song as well. Also, a good point is that Naga Siren's net also goes through magic immunity. So Omni Knight's like repel TP, it can be countered here by just Naga Siren.
Seconds remaining.
Well, Rubik, second pickup by Lehigh in the first phase. Very stable hero. Pretty much can work in almost any lineup. Reliable stun. His aura is very strong since the patch that allows him to switch it to offensive for minus spell armor for allies, or for enemies rather, not for allies. Wow. And he has a talent. Also busts that as well. I believe it's a level 20, 5% extra.
Yeah.
So Rubik is a very stable pick, and he's very entertaining. So I'm happy with that pick.
Yeah.
Whereas our boy Razor, talk about stable picks. There's a hero that can sit in lane by himself and just hit creeps for the first 10-15 minutes without really worrying too much about what anyone else is doing.
Yeah, Razor definitely one of those picks that they usually pick, and I see him a lot of times it signifies a aggressive tri lane, because Razor, they just send him safe lane by himself because he can do that, and then they will most likely kind of maybe draft a aggressive support here. Naga Siren will of course help in the tri lane because she has CC, she has minus armor in that Riptide of hers. Oh, another thing actually, one Nagasari and Omni Knight matchup is that Nagasari can do the song, and if the enemy has a BKB, that one BKB target doesn't go to sleep, and they can focus that BKB target down. So Nagasari and Omni Knight being in the game from the start, of course, has that kind of like singling out potential from the get-go.
Definitely. BKB goes from one of the safest buttons you can hit in the game to one of the most dangerous against the Naga Siren. You can be left alone with all of your teammates snoozing on the job while you're there trying to fight. You know what? Actually, using BKBs like every one of my pubs. All my teammates, I don't know what they're doing. It's just 1v5.
Yeah. Do you know if Razor's static link breaks during song?
No, it will not. The only way
so
to
good.
break static link, I believe, is distance, as well as what I would like to see a Vengeful Spirit be the third hero for this tri lane. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah, more minus armor, a stun, a burst damage. Yeah, I can go with that.
I like it. They definitely are going to want to pick up some damage because Razor doesn't have, or rather, what am I talking about? Razor's going to be by himself, but he does. Vengeful Spirit is another safe pick. He can work well with Razor and works well with the minus armor. Underlord banned, so a little bit scary of that 5-man group up, and then Lycan banned on the other team. So heroes that like to break objectives. I think that's fair. Those heroes have been so popular since 7.0.
Yeah. And speaking of another Meteor Hammer, that's another hero that kind of gets Meteor Hammer. That OD is a hero that some people have been advocating. Not always, but sometimes Meteor Hammer on. It gives them some extra strength earlier on, has good stats, lets him farm AoE without having to utilize his Astral Imprisonment, and gives him some pushing power as well. But, and then with the reduction in the cooldown, it's actually quite nice when it comes to clearing lanes. I think you mentioned that before when we were talking about the cooldown reduction in the last week.
Yeah, it will be up for every single creep whip. Queen of Pain, hello. So pretty stable heroes coming up from both teams. Queen of Pain is a strong laner. She scales very well, especially in the mid game.
Yeah.
Scales well with items, can farm, can fight, is mobile. I like her.
Yeah,
I like her a lot.
She doesn't lose too many lanes. She actually beats a lot of mid lanes as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's a very strong lane. She doesn't need. She works well with gankers coming to her, but she also is quite difficult to gank.
Yeah. Thanks to that obviously early level blink, which has which the distance on the blink does not scale, so you just start with the max blink distance at the start. Only you have to worry about cooldown. So if she uses it patiently, she can stay very safe. I think like the few laners that can like give Queen a hard time is like Viper, because of corrosive skin, and Shadow Strike is really sad against corrosive skin because it will make you take more damage for using your mana.
Yeah, and Viper, I mean, if you're going to lose a lane to only a few heroes, Viper being one of them isn't that big of a deal. Viper is a very strong laner. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it during this series. We've seen it in other series. He's a great hero. Oh, and there's another pushing hero. Let's go.
Yep.
And, I love Jakiro has great synergy with Naga Sleep.
Yeah. So you can just set up the Ice Path and the Macro Pyre during the sleep, and Nagasari can end it. And it's not one of those combos that's hard to set up because Jakiro has a very wide range of when the skills are active. So yeah, very low execution combo coming out from there here.
Definitely, and one of the great things of Ice Path is the range. And the area can hit a lot of heroes. When you're setting up with Siren, there's no reason Jakiro should really be ever landing an Ice Path on just one hero.
Yeah.
He will almost always be able to set up on multiple heroes, be able to get massive macro pyres, and in the early game, Jakiro's Dual Breath has quite a strong slow attached to it. I believe it's 26% at level 1, I want to say.
Yeah.
Regardless, he's gonna do well this game already with the 3 heroes. Regardless of what the other 2 heroes, I like the Jakiro pick a lot.
Yeah, I like it too. Looks like, and also very kind of safe heroes as well. Nagasaren has a lot of armor on her. I believe Jakiro does as well. Razor obviously very tanky hero from the start, so very hard to gank. And Slark, he's a hero that we haven't seen in a while. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, so Jakiro does have very high base stats. Slark is a carry that fights. If you want to pick Slark, you want to fight. And Queen of Pain is a hero that fights, so I like that combination there. However, we haven't been seeing Slark a lot recently, you're correct. And as we discussed, I believe a big reason is because of how important pushing is and staying in lanes. It feels like cores really like to stay in lanes. Slark doesn't really want to stay in lane as much as he can be a hassle to lane against after level 6, and when he starts leveling up Essence Shift. Slark doesn't really like to be on the map, and Slark's going to build items very common like Shadowblade Echo Saber to try and peek in the mid game for fighting. Slark's not going to want to be pushing a lot of towers.
Yeah. Looks like Storm Spirit is going to pick
not even
here.
last pick.
Yeah, against the Queen of Pain. Looks like they're saving their offlaner here for the last pick. And another interesting interaction, because I actually love playing Naga Siren. A cool interaction here versus Naga and Slark is that Naga's song actually stops Shadow Dance.
It stops it.
It stops it. And like, so that cloud around Slark disappears while Naga's song. So he doesn't regenerate health if he uses Shadow Dance and uses song. But if you end song quickly, and during the Shadow Dance time, the cloud will return onto Slark. But if,
interesting.
Yeah, if Slark is like 20% health and he Shadow Dances, you can sing to make sure he doesn't regenerate health and wait for the Shadow Dance to end and then kill him.
That's actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
wow.
It's a very niche interaction, but it's really cool. I'm not sure if No Electric Dog is aware of this, but if they are, we might be able to see something really cool here.
I'm sure we'll see it go off at least once this game. And what's interesting with Dogga 2 is that hero doesn't really need farm in the support role. It's all about levels.
Yeah.
Speaking of farm though, I mean, you want to bring it back to that Meteor Hammer, that thing kills creeps. That thing works well with Naga. Let's go. Come on, No Electric Dog. We've already seen 2 great memes out of you. Let's make it 3.
Yeah. So it looks like we are going to the last picks here. 1 minute remaining for the reserve time for Lehigh, so plenty of time to think about it. Your favorite hero got banned, Earth Spirit. Unfortunately, we're not going to be seeing him this game. I guess they don't want the long range stun and silence against Storm Spirit, obviously.
Definitely not. Also, he can support from outside of Naga Sleep, again with the long range. So what are we going to see? So No Electric Dog looking for likely an offlaner. They have a decent front line, Razor and Jakiro, and as the game goes, like maybe not. I think they're going to want some reliable damage, but they don't really need to go for a hardcore carry here.
Yeah.
And Underlord, I kind of like with the pushing potential.
Unfortunately, he got banned.
Exactly.
Yeah, Pioneer is very on point with the ban. I really like the Axe ban as well from them. Good against Slark, obviously. Good against Omni Knight Repel. Good against Queen. So, looks like they got their ban game on point here.
I do love the Axe ban. Oh, and the long
2
duration
seconds.
lockdown. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Oh,
Tony!
Okay. Oh, this is kind of a slightly greedy lineup, would you say?
I think that Pioneers have them right where they want it. I think
Yeah.
Tony is not at all what No Electric Dog wanted to pick. I think No Electric Dog just changed the strategy.
Ooh, it's off-lane Queen? No, they can't be. Which one's support?
Support Omni?
Right. I forgot Omni Knight used to be play support. Okay, no, this is
I
kind of
think
classic.
It could be support Quap. It's been seen before, but I think support Omni.
So it's gonna be Queen off lane here, probably safe lane Slark and mid lane Shadow Fiend. I did not see this coming. So Pioneer is really pulling a curveball here. Definitely did not see this.
Well, I think they might aggro with the Slark. They only have 2 melee, maybe not. I'm just because Slark.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. But Slark does not like playing laning against Jakiro. Jakiro does give him a lot of trouble. So, try laning against a Razor does sound smart in a way.
In a way, Pioneers clearly have a plan with this draft. They know what they're doing. So I'm excited to see what they do. I'm also very excited by Slark's cosmetics. That is an expensive Slark.
Yeah, he got the golden blades and the ultra rare headpiece from the it's from some compendium. I can't believe which one.
Well, I mean, we haven't had one in forever, Valve. So I think it was from the last one. That looks, maybe it's from TI. I'm not sure. It's a fancy one.
I'm not sure if those blades are more expensive than the Scotty blades, but I think those look a lot cooler.
I try to keep away from awful heroes like Slark, and I don't stick my nose in other people's business.
Says the Air Spirit Picker.
Okay, one of those heroes requires skill, and one of them is a fan. I will leave it at that.
All right, so into the game we go here. The Radiant side is going to be the Pioneers, and over on the Dire side is going to be the No Electric Dog. We have on the mid Shadow Fiend, we believe, is going to be mode 2018. Rubik is Rubik. Econometrics is going to be playing the Queen of Pain. Another name I can't read playing the Omni Knight. And Taiga is going to be the Slark.
On Dire, the memers. The potentially outdrafted, we have Victor on Tony, aka Tiny, Echo Yang playing Storm Spirit, Assault, great Counter-Strike map on Razor, Mario on Naga, and Last Call on Yakiro, the twin-headed dragon.
Oh, great catch on Naga's name.
I think we might have a fight bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tree. Never mind. I don't think we have a fight with a tree unless that's a
Oh,
bait.
but that's nice. Good repel. And good body blocks coming out as well. Lift is there, but the net follows up as well. Victor has one more charge on his tree here. He can also toss it for some damage. It runs out charges, and Omni Knight barely gets away, about 132 HP. He's going to chew through some tangles. Actually, look at Omni Knight's build. Looks like a carry build, not a support build. What's going on?
Interesting. I'm trying to figure out. We have Tiny. What is going on with...
Okay, so I guess it's just a
Spirit's
roaming
top,
Omni Knight, huh?
Middle Razor, and Tiny solo off lane.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah. Storm Spirit's going to be in the safe lane. Weird.
I don't know if I've ever been more excited for a game.
Yeah, none of these lanes are what we expected them to be.
What is going on?
Victor utilizing the tree toss to get the offlane pull going here. He does start with boots, so he can run pretty easily.
That's pretty smooth. Okay, the boots tree toss, I can respect that.
Yeah, playing it very safe. We've seen this pull many times, but a lot of times people fail it because they get caught and CC'd and then die. But that's a good way of doing it. So looks like we do have the offlane Queen of Pain here.
Naga's coming up behind. It's
Yeah,
really
nice
hard
net.
to trade with a Jakiro.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have the blink. He actually took the Shadow Strike level 1, and then body blocks coming in a little bit. I don't think they have enough here, but that's going to at least force out the sell from Econometrics.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
He's not even halfway. They can just do that again. They have both their spells up.
Yeah, still no blink, as you said. Only halfway to level 2.
Razor wants to, or rather Rubik wants to fight Tiny, it looks like. He's in a great position, but he doesn't have any teammates nearby.
Sneaky, sneaky. I think Victor saw him, obviously, but he needs to get into XP range here.
Yeah, Rubik's doing what he has to do. Keep the Tiny away. Now, Shadow Fiend versus Razor. These are two lane dominators. Do you favor any of these, or either of these heroes?
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, already Mo would have 8 souls on him. I'm assuming if Razor can bully him away from the creep lane, it might be a lot easier. But I'm not wondering how Razor's going to deal with the magic damage from Shadow Fiend.
Exactly.
That's what I'm worried about.
I think Razor just needs to play it smart and win the lane, and then play the long con and take Shadow Fiend out a little bit later. I think early on, if you go in melee range with Shadow Fiend, you're gonna have an awful time.
Yeah.
So I think they're both just gonna kind of get their own farm. Obviously, Shadow Fiend getting denies is a humongous deal for the hero because of Necromastery.
Yeah, and Shadow Fiend already having 24 more damage than the Razor in lane, so it's going to be a little bit hard time last hitting here. And you said doesn't want to get too close to Shadow Fiend, so will not be able to get good static link off as well. So it sounds like a hard lane.
Haste Omni just beating up the Rockman. Oh, Queen of Pain gets caught out though at top.
Yeah. Oh, she does have the
What's she
blink
doing?
right now. There is a blink used, but she did take a considerable amount of damage. Probably could have prevented some of that by blinking a little bit earlier. Maybe she was afraid the Naga was waiting with her. But the dual breath comes out, and she might actually die here. Oh, there's Liquify is definitely dead. Actually, no, he has a stick. Oh, barely gets away. 100 health remaining. Tango taking away.
Very well done running to the left side of the lane. If she ran to the right side of the lane, Naga was there. Maybe Mario wouldn't have got the kill, but he would have dropped her even lower.
Yeah. Yeah, if she can get in the range for Riptide, could have been very much of a kill.
Slark is essentially free farming bottom. 14 and 4, 15 and 4 now. And third place we have Shadow Fiend, 13 and 5. So 2 players for Lehigh in the top 3. Although very close so far.
Top lane looks like they're looking for another gang in Econometrics, but Jakiro isn't here, so Nagasar not necessarily the highest damaging support here, so he's going to do a couple auto attacks, get her away. Econometrics being very smart with that blink, not using it too liberally here. Of course, the 15-second cooldown.
one of the sports. Jakiro actually ported back to top lane very early in his regeneration.
Ooh.
There's still no first blood.
Oh, but yeah, but there's going to be a net on the top lane when the Conductor barely TPs out. Econometrics getting away barely every single time. The shrine isn't up yet, so he's going to be calling some bounty runes, maybe walk back to base. Bot lane, Victor tosses Yumi back into the creep set. Thanks for the chat letting me know that Omni Knight's name is Yumi here. If you guys can tell me what, who else was it? Rubik's name is, I would appreciate that a lot.
Wait, you can't read that? I mean, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to give it away. But
I'm Korean, man. I can't read Chinese.
Get your eyes checked. Oh, you're Korean. Okay,
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
Korean.
some Korean for you.
Okay.
Sregia.
You just call me trash?
I lived with 5 Korean roommates. We all
Oh,
played Dota at
5?
university. Yeah, I had a whole crew, the Bibimbap crew.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, this was so funny.
And me.
How did you end up with that? How did like 5 Korean guys was like, yeah, let's invite this white guy to live with us?
If you want to go to the Collegiate Star League website and look up Wilfrid Laurier University, you'll see a big old W, Grand Champions there. And you'll see me on the roster along with some of my boys.
There you go. Wow, that's really cool. So you guys not only play together, you're also roommates.
After we won it, we all moved in together.
Oh, that's really cute.
Collegiate Dota building friendships. I don't think it was cute. I think it was just cool as heck. Also, I'd like to say Slark was dominating bottom lane earlier, and now I go bottom. Tiny's just pushing both Slark and Rubik into the tower, and Slark's farming with 0 HP.
Yeah, looks like Omni Knight has disappeared into the jungle here. Maybe looking for a gank onto the mid lane, but yeah, without the big tanky frontliner, looks like Slark is getting just cleaved to death by the tree.
And Tiny has a soul ring with level 2 toss, so he can now level 3 toss. I expect he'll start throwing this out for harassment soon. We do have 3 no electric dog players looking for a Shadow Fiend mid.
Yeah, but there's gonna be a toss onto Rubik. He barely survives. Oh my god, everyone always getting with no health. Still no first blood. 5 minutes into the game. There's gonna be a single raid into Razor. He's baiting. He's baiting.
Look at this. This is not subtle. This is the least subtle bait I think I've ever seen.
Last call and Mario has been here for so long.
Come play the lane from over here while my supports have been missing for 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is letting Cooking Pain catch up actually. She's level 5. On par with Storm Spirit.
I was gonna say she's having an absolutely terrible lane, but oh my god, if she gets first blood.
Yeah, no. So actually, she's thinking about it, but there's going to the liquid fire. Oh, and yeah, that's he pops the stick and the final auto attack. So Echo Yang getting it, probably the perfect target to take the first blood. He's gonna be very happy with that, and he's gonna be able to salve up as well.
I was about to say that I'm really feeling Lehigh's lane, and all of a sudden, I don't know what happened. They get first blood. Tiny's pressuring Slark into his tower. I'm feeling no electric dog right now, though. I do have to shout out to Shadow Fiend, top CS 38 and 21 at the moment. He's having a pretty good time.
Yeah. Alright, Go Yang trying to dodge that Shadow Strike. Unfortunately, mistimes it a little bit there. He's going to be eating that Shadow Strike.
Now, are we going to see Slark go for a classic Shadow Blade build, or do you think he's going to switch it up this game?
Battle Fury has been popular on him, I believe. Slark does get rid of and then tossed in, and the avalanche is there as well. And he dies to something, Orb of Venom? I have no idea what he died to, but he died to maybe a range creep auto attack, but he dies nonetheless there. So 2 kills right now for Lehigh.
Dang, they'll take that. Those are big kills too.
Yeah. Oh, top lane, meanwhile, Echo Yang getting aggressive with those ball lightnings. Ankle Matrix goes down yet again.
So I have a little story for you, Golgi. It goes like this. Slark hits Slark with Dark Pack for 2 damage, 3 HP to 1 HP. Ranged Creep hits Slark for 9 damage. Slark is killed by Ranged Creep.
Oh my god.
Mystery solved.
So he Dark Packed himself to basically 1 life and just
the
tiny
projectile was airborne.
So close. And what just about to hit level 6 as well. Now level 6, when it doesn't exactly matter, but we'll be able to keep himself a lot safer now.
Is this what people say when they compare Lich to a range creep? Is it a compliment?
He's just sniping the Slark.
Just killing carries, no big deal.
Oh my god, I'm losing
Yes.
like first kill here for Pioneers mode, going aggressive onto the Shadow Fiend. Looks like there was a triple raise there. You see 973 damage being landed.
You know, it's great to just see a kill come up for Shadow Fiend and he says 3 spells on cooldown, and you know that's the reason you pick the hero. It just feels good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
And also with the Arcana, you get the triple streaks on top of your head to show you that you've done it. That's really
I think
cool.
it's so cheesy, but I love it. Like, it's like good cheesy.
Yeah.
It's like a good sci-fi movie. It's just, this is silly, but I love it. Echo Yang thinks he's fancy, taking a page out of Sumail's book, trying to disjoint with tiny little ball lightnings.
He's been trying to do that ever since he's got the ulti. I don't think he's been successful yet. Oh,
it's
he comes
true.
jumping on last call. He actually goes down fighting. A lot of damage onto Ikuno Pain. 10 seconds on the blink. That I don't think is worth it. Getting the Shadow Storm Spirit even farther ahead.
Definitely not. That's a top 3 farmer in this game.
Yeah.
Lehigh is as... Oh, something going on bottom.
Oh, toss, yeah, onto the Rubik here. There's net as well. The Avalanche comes out, and the tree toss is going to be able to finish it. Mode wants revenge, though. Gets 2 streaks off there. Now cornering Mario into his own jungle. Now he just TP's out, knowing that Shadow Fiend can't do anything.
I think Shadow Fiend might be a little bit upset with Slark there. But what I would like to say with that kill is Rubik actually would get an assist, because Rubik threw Naga to Tiny, who threw Naga to Rubik.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's how it all started. Rubik set the Tiny up. It was actually, the toss came out mid-air before Naga's telekinesis land stunned the Tony.
Wow, that's perfect timing from the Tiny. Now Assault in the mid lane gets a 1 raise, 2 raise, doesn't even the 3rd, and he goes down. So Mode being the sole person here from Pioneers who's actually winning their lane.
Yeah, take a look at Shadow Fiend versus Razor. 72 and 27 on Shadow Fiend, my lord, with 2 kills. Razor 33 and 7. I think it's safe to say that lane is lost, just like bottom tower might be soon enough.
Yeah. They're going aggressive. Omni Knight trying to fight up here with the repel, but Victor is taking another kill for himself. 2, 0, and 1. And Last Skull doing what he does best, just breathing fire on towers and taking them.
Tiny with a tree, always getting the last hits. How does he do it?
It's
Oh,
apparently
speaking of
a good
towers
ability.
going down, Shadow Fiend. Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, but he misses that CS. He has more CS than anyone in the game, but he doesn't get the tower? Come on.
That's like 150 gold you didn't get. Top lane actually is going to bolt lightning into econometrics, but he does have the blink. Is there going to be mana? There's going to be mana. Bolt lightning is going to miss though. So it doesn't get the damage from the LT. But now there's a toss. No mana on Echo Yang. He has no soul ring either. Can he jump through these trees? There's a stun coming up. But the Shadow Strike is on him. There might need to be a deny econometrics. Jumps in. Dodges a dual breath. And might be able to get out here. Even pops the stick. Yeah, he's going to be fine. Now Shadow Fiend going under tower. Uses a Requiem. Mario is now in big trouble. And he gets taken down by Taiga. Nonetheless.
Lehigh has the momentum right now. They have the heroes. They're ready to go, and they're not afraid, as you can see by Quap. Quap just keeps Blink on cooldown. She doesn't care. She just fights everybody. I think if Lehigh doesn't make any mistakes, they can take a lot from No Electric Dog, get a huge lead, and potentially even push it into finishing the game off the laning phase. Shadow Fiend's going the magic damage build. This seems to be pretty much standard. I very rarely see people actually avoid it these days. And I must say, I enjoy it. I think it's very entertaining. I think it's a neat way to play the hero. What do you think about the Yule's Blink Dagger build on Shadow Fiend?
I guess it makes sense because Shadow Raise does so much damage now if you can set it up. And that extra move speed from Yule's, and of course the Cyclone obviously lets you get the Requiem as well. So I can see where it's going from. I feel like that move speed on the Yules is actually one of the biggest reasons why they get it.
Well, at level 15, 40 movement speed is the talent for Shadow Fiend. And he doesn't really suffer from not getting damage items because of gaining 46, or rather 36 souls at 2 damage a soul. Do my math, that's 72 damage from a spell.
And that's a Yule's finish element as well. Very early, 12 minutes.
He doesn't have Requiem up, though.
Yeah, but I actually completely missed the kill in the mid lane. Now. Yeah, top lane is going to be a kill. Oh my god, I just missed 2 kills. Just when I was like looking at him, I look away and I missed a kill. I was looking at top and I look at mid and then I missed a kill at top. Oopsies.
You need the, like Shadow Fiend's talent, you need the 15 camera move speed talent.
I can move instantaneously though, I'm so bad.
I think you're just right, Golgi.
Alright,
Now,
so it's gonna be bomb tower worked on here, but the last tier 1 here for no electric dogs getting pressured, no cannon creep here, just one more range creep left. They actually popped the fortification. I don't know about the timing for that.
it also helps them take the top tower
Right.
without it getting denied, because the creeps, yeah, they're right there. Looks like they're gonna go for something.
Yeah, Mario, it's one raise. They're actually TPing in right now. There's going to be the net. Oh, Shell, he might be in trouble, but the repel comes out just in time. And he pops the drums, and he is a very fast boy. But that means Yumi, he might be in trouble here. Ball lightning coming in and misses, but it's going to be okay. But heal comes out. He is so tanky. Mode is pumping his Requiem. He only hits one. Taiga kills Mario in the backlines, and now Assault is in huge trouble. He goes down. Victor now trying to man up and fight. The ball lightning comes through as well. There's going to be Yules to save himself for now, but that sets up the ice path. Taiga now very low, getting avalanche stuff. He's going to be able to jump into trees, and no range creep is going to be there to finish him up this time. Meanwhile, last call gets telekinesed right into Rubik's stolen Storm Remnant. Is going to be able to finish him off. And at the end, when the smoke clears, it's going to be a 3-for-2 going over to the side of Pioneers.
That was slick. Rubik with Nullfield set to aggressive, drops the static remnant, throws a Kiro, and he just walked away. He didn't even turn around. He knew what was going on. He walked away with his sunglasses on from an explosion there. I was extremely ecstatic. Rather, I was extremely excited for Slark's debut of the Shadow Blade there. I saw it on the courier coming out. He came in when everyone's focusing Shadow Demon. He blew Nog up in one hit, but then he kind of fell short. There wasn't enough left to finish the team off. I'm excited to see how they use the Shadow Blade now that it's online, though. This is a huge item for Slark, changes his playstyles, a massive power spike. This is why you pick the heroes for this item. What I don't want to see from them is him sitting in the jungle hitting creeps. I want to see him in the enemy jungle hitting heroes.
Yeah, Jakiro and Naga could be some easy targets for him. Of course, you know, they're kind of tanky. He might need a little bit of help from someone else, but nonetheless, it does make him a very dangerous threat to any supports.
So Kaya's already picked up on Storm Spirit.
Yeah, first item Kaya.
Speaking of powerful first items, there you go. So it's just like a perfect item for him, and probably Storm Spirit is likely the best hero to put Kaya on.
Yeah, definitely like an item was made for him.
Found a Rubik bottom.
Yeah, bot lane does get avalanched up. Toss coming out as well. Tree is going to be able to smack him a couple of times, but that's not going to be enough to finish him. Telekinesis is going to be able to toss him back, and he barely gets away. But the ball lightning is there. Bullseye from Echo Yang.
That was like Tiny had that kill in a couple of seconds for toss it up, but no. Echo Yang would rather spend his whole mana bar to get the last hit, and you know what? I respect that.
Yeah, gank on the top lane by Taiga. He's looking for an assault. This poor Razor cannot get anything done right now, and even the Shadow Dance used so his damage doesn't get drained. Now Mario TPing in here, but not going to be in big trouble. Tries to song up. He songs up. He doesn't have a TP to get out though. He gets leashed up as well. He's trying to walk out here. Tiny is coming in. They're trying to set something up here. No, the Ice Path misses. Mario is still going down. Oh, and 3 man. So only way going to be huge damage. Taiga is spotted because of Sentry Ward, so he's not going to be moving so fast. The Avalanche is going to be there to stop him in his track. Last call is going to TP out. There's a Yule is going to be there as well.
No.
And goodbye to the last call. And the Scream of Pain is able to take him down.
Oh boy. Well, massive ult by Queen of Pain. I really thought that Lehigh was going to keep that under control, but or rather, I thought that no electric. I just completely tripped over my words.
Yeah, Lehigh is no electric dog on Dire. It gets confusing. They have weird names.
Let's just go over it. Great fight.
Great fight.
I need a reset here.
Jakiro missing the ice pack kind of hurt, but there's going to be the ball lightning in the top lane there, and yeah, easy kill. Rubik going down. Steals the electric vortex, but did not have enough time to use it, and actually going to get Storm Spirit very close to finishing up his Bloodstone here, just about 1,000 gold away from that.
An immediate smoke by No Electric Dog after that pick. I like this. They're going to go for more. Yeah. And if they're likely going to go for a tier 1 tower or Roshan, if they can find a pick. They have what they need to kill a
Victor has Blink? Oh, but Taiga uses Shadow Blade and gets a mode that tricks him up too. Oh, Avalanche is going to find him, but they actually get him. Oh, now Sentry being used, but Shadow Dance is going to be dealt. Oh, the Ice Path, but the Dark Pact was just in time to be able to get him out. So that's a lot of
No
sentries being
electric
used,
dog.
but I mean these aren't terrible sentries, I guess.
It's a lot of money to
It's
commit.
a lot of money, yeah. Finally, Spirit
They-
Vessel being finished up on the Naga Siren.
Tower is under attack.
I think No Electric Dog is going to try and pressure Roche. They have great wards set up for a Roche push right now. Are they going to be able to kill a Shadow Fiend now? I would hate to see No Electric Dog fail to smoke and then miss
Oh,
this
okay,
kill.
so they missed the ball lightning and great blink from Mo to disjoint that other attack.
Under attack.
Yumi finally
He's gone.
completes the Hand of Midas. He actually went for a Hand of Midas rush after the boots, not even the arcane boots. It's a little bit of a greedy start, but his team actually covered him. Still winning with that greedy build on the Omni Knight.
So we talked about Shadow Fiend's movement speed earlier. He now has drums, boots, Yule's scepter, and the level 1540 movement speed talent. Running around at 470 movement speed.
Jeez.
He is very quick. He's all over the
Oh,
place.
Victor's blinks onto Ikuna Pain, but that's not even close to finish him. He's going to get Yule's Requiem. He's taking a huge amount of it. Taiga's going to poke him a little bit. Who's going to get the kill? It's going to be Mo 2018. Mario again TP's in a little bit too late. Sings up trying to save himself, but his teammates coming in. Run, Naga, run. Last call is going to get the Ice Path onto Slark. And that's going to be a safe on him. Ice Path gets stolen there. Blink and Econometrics, he doesn't hit anyone with that scream. Oh, that Ice Path though is going to be able to fight the Naga Siren for now. Mo is fighting up. The raise is going to be enough to be able to take down last call. Echo Yang still with no Bloodstone. Doesn't want to fight this up. Mario, in meanwhile, goes down to Econometrics. And a kill into mid lane. Looks like Slark found the Razor. Actually can't farm anywhere, this Razor. Wherever he goes, he's going to die.
Razor was ready to use that space, turn it into farm, and help his team get back into this game, which is very quickly going in Lehigh's favor. But you're right, Lehigh kills No Electric Dog in the bot lane, and Slark out of nowhere picks off a Razor who it should be a completely safe time to farm. The enemy team is
Yeah.
pushing a T2.
He
and there's a
actually
team
was
fight going on.
He was at bot when those kills were happening, but like he like did not tunnel at all. He didn't stay with his team. He's like, okay guys, bye. I'm gonna kill Razor in the mid lane.
And Mo just walked away from an avalanche
So
with his
fast.
470 movement speed. Yeah,
Outrun avalanches. That's what this guy is.
Lehigh's Slark had assault the Razor player right where he wanted there.
Yeah.
Look at
Taiga
this.
getting aggressive, diving into Mario here. He has a Shadow Dance. He's going to be going into it, and he's about to run out soon. But meanwhile, Mo is going Echo Yang. He just picked up his Bloodstone and managed to save those charges. And the tree toss is not going to be there, but Echo Yang finishes off that kill. Now, Tiny
Victor
brings
play.
himself on top of the cliff. Is going to be, but he's going to be safe at least for now. But that Shadow Strike is going to prevent him from blinking down for a very long time. So a good trade there, a fish for a fish, but one fish is worth a lot more than the other.
Definitely a prize-winning fish. Naga Siren's already basically respawned. The comparison between Slark and Naga is so large. They're so different. No electric Dog is very happy with that, even with their tiny player blinking on top of a hill. Maybe he was just celebrating.
Yeah, he knew. Maybe he blinked up there to give his teammates vision so they can see Slark, even though there was a ward there on top of it.
Yeah, and Echo Yang just popped right back in, killed him, and got a Bloodstone charge. 15 charges on
Yeah.
Echo Yang, even though his team is...
Oh, there's a
Ball
Rubik
Lightning.
could be blinking in, not blinking, Ball Lightning and showing Storm Spirit that he's also got some tricks on his sleeve. But now Rubik has no mana left. A good attempt, actually, really stylish.
I love that. That's fun. Ball Lightning is a great spell in Rubik, especially before getting a Blink Dagger, although it does cost a lot of mana. Rubik is an Arcane Boots builder a lot of the time, so it's not the hugest cost to him, although I wouldn't expect to see him zipping as much as Storm Spirit does. Arcane Rune picked up on Shadow Fiend. I think Shadow Fiend's one of the funnest heroes, or one of the most fun heroes to have an Arcane Rune on, because of the Shadow Rays debuff, where the more you hit... and also the magic damage.
Bot lane, there's going to be a Ball Lightning into Omni Knight. There's going to be the Electric Vortex as well, preventing him getting the repel. Even the Ice Path coming down at the perfect time. It's going to be an easy kill going over to that greedy Omni Knight with the Hand of Midas.
Yep, and another Bloodstone charge too. Every kill that Storm Spirit is around for is more valuable because of Bloodstone. And although No Electric Dog doesn't seem like they're in the best position now, Big Storm Spirit is a really great way to get back into a game. However, every kill on Storm Spirit is also more valuable because it takes 1/3 of his charges.
So all the tier 2 is now gone for Lehigh here. They only got, meanwhile, in the mid tower for Pioneers still standing.
Just creeps.
Yeah.
Hitting the tier 3 mid for No Electric Dog.
Oh. I have crashed, so you're going to cover for me while I'm going to reboot Dota. Sorry, guys.
Oh, well, Shadow Fiend gets picked out by Storm Spirit, who denies himself a top. Cookie!
What happened? Oh my god, no.
Shadow-
There was something.
Storm Spirit jumped Shadow Fiend and denied himself.
Oh, he misclicked his Bloodstone?
He caught him out in front of the base, static linked him, or not static linked, he pulled him in and just killed himself. Electric Vortex into Bloodstone Sacrifice. 10 charges left on Storm Spirit.
Oh my god, looks like he had down the wrong slot or something.
I guess so, and we're about to see a team fight. Tiny's picked up,
Yep.
BKB's popped on Shadow
Nice
Fiend,
Yule's combo there, Mode. You're going to take him down. The Ice Path is going to be there, at least stopping the Queen of Pain. Assault gets stabbed to death by Taiga. Now, Nagastar is going to be in trouble. Song comes out. It's head too late, but he's going to be at least save the supports here for on the side of Lehigh.
And Storm Spirit, he's the next target. You know he's not happy about what just happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so tragic to them. Unfortunately, I missed that there. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you have your item in the wrong slot, and Bloodstone probably the worst item to forget your hotkeys for. Wow, Omnilite went for a straight A on disc. That's cool.
That's kind of fun. Lets him get his spells off. The hand of Midas A on disc. I don't know. I'm excited to watch it. If someone did this on my team, I might be a little stressed out about some insane item builds. Speaking of items, we're going to see Shadow Fiend pick up the Aegis of the Immortal. That's a very good item.
Yeah, he's very fat. 25 minutes, Blink Dagger, Yules, Drums, and a BKB in his inventory. And trying to push high ground soon here with that Aegis Immortal. Before
we let Storm Spirit Echo Yang off the hook, I want to say that he was Echo Dog's Electric Dog's ticket back into the game, and that the Bloodstone sacrifice is a huge deal.
Yeah, losing 5 stacks,
and he's about to get found out by a Slark who can't solo kill him, but if he finds some teammates.
Yep, he's going to be able to just TP out there. Yules is just barely not going to be there in time, and he makes it back to his base.
Whew. I was on the edge of my seat there.
Yeah.
Shadow Fiend was so close. My gosh. Bottom lane's going to get pushed out by Lehigh. They have an Aegis. It's likely this is going to turn into a tower push, and potentially even a Rax push.
Well, Echo Yang does make a pretty good amount of space for his team. Forcing them away from his base to be able to kill that, as you said, the ticket back into the game here for Lehigh. A ball line up into high ground. He's going to avoid that Yules. Takes some creeps for himself. Very close to that Orchid Malevolence. But not a lot of good targets for the Orchid. I guess it's good on the Queen of Pain. Omni-Knight probably the target with that. Because otherwise Omni-Knight will repel the person and then just purge the silence off of him.
Definitely. I love the change from Repel going to BKB. I think that's a really fun way. It's also a lot easier to understand Omni-Knight now, with BKB having the same mechanics as Repel.
Yeah.
In the time that Lehigh was pushing the lanes, though, no Electric Dog's Tiny snuck around top and has just been. He killed a creep wave, pushed the lane in, and it looks like he's going to try and cut a creep wave before he heads home.
Yeah, they know they cannot fight this Marietta team with that Aegis, so trying to delay until the Aegis is reclaimed, which will happen in about 3 minutes, so a long time to go. Victor is going to cut that creep wave, but yeah, Taiga is here. He doesn't have any basher yet. Luckily, gets the avalanche onto Taiga and be able to get out. Rubik was there with the lift if they did find him, but very good timing from Victor. Kind of lucky with the avalanche.
Victor probably has no idea what just happened.
Yeah, how close he was to death.
God. Just walks on mid. Hey guys, nothing to see here. Wasn't even scared. Jeez. I can't believe that. We've seen some insane things. We saw a Bloodstone sacrifice, and we saw an avalanche pick up on an Invis Slark.
Yeah.
Speaking of some strange things, the net worth lead is almost the same as the minutes this game has been being played for.
Yeah, that's when Viv and I like to cast, we like to say if it eclipses that, that's like when the comeback is starting to become impossible.
I think that's a fair indicator. With nighttime, an Arcane Rune will be spawn bottom. Lehigh's likely going to try and make a play. Slark has insane night vision and more ability to shadow dance. The Aegis is still up on Shadow Fiend, which I imagine is
1 minute 30 left.
Very shortly.
Shadow Fiend also hits level 20 as well, which gives 150 extra Shadow Rays damage.
I love that. That's a great talent right there. Look at how sneaky Victor is. For such a large character, he's always sneaking around in these trees.
Yeah, but he blends in with the mountains, you see? That's why
And he's carrying a tree as a disguise and a weapon. I think it's a disguise first and a weapon second at this point.
Yeah. He just holds it in front of him and just hide behind it. It's like nobody here. He'll be able to successfully cut this creep here. Yeah, doing a very good job of delaying this game up.
Now, how do you feel about no electric dog's ability to defend the high ground?
I mean, at least they have good wave clear, as we see Storm Spirit just doing his little trick to clear the mid lane. I mean, they can delay for a very long time if they want to, and I think that's what they're going for. Of course, you know, Pioneer utilizing this time really, really well, utilizing that map advantage to farm way quicker than what No Electric Dog can. And even if we just look at the net worth graph, it's just been steadily rising. Even though no kill has happened in a very long time, you see those pips there. The last kill happened like 8 minutes ago, but still the net worth team is still going up, going up, going up.
Very difficult to farm when everyone's in the base. And if you take a look at Razor's items, he has a Drum of Endurance, a Hood of Defiance, and a Phase Boots. None of those really help the hero farm very well, and Razor's not a hero known for having a great farming ability. So it's very difficult for No Electric Dog to get into this game net worth wise unless they're killing heroes. Those items on Razor are great for fights. Tiny has a Blink Dagger Shadow Blade, and as we saw, Echo Yang has been making short work of people with the Kaya Bloodstone, including making short work of himself.
Yeah. Just to answer a question in the chat, they're wondering if Silver Edge disables Storm Remnant's 25 level talent. And I don't believe breaks any of the talents in the game.
Overload pierces immunity. If it breaks Overload, then I guess you can't overload immunity.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I don't imagine it would ever just break part of a passive. Oh, the scan just got... Was that? Oh no, they didn't see the scan. It hit them, but they don't know they were smoked.
Yeah, they could have just been easily standing on top of there. So, weird smoke. Victor. Oh, nice jump into mid lane. The Aegis is gone right now. Ice Path coming out as well. And there goes Mo 2018. He goes down. But now Econometrics has the BKB trying to fight up. Great. Sonic Wave is going to catch 3. Jumps on Alaska. Trying to TP out. Not going to get out of there. Victor now trying to get his Blink Dagger. Mario pops his song. He actually has TP. He's going to be able to get out. Victor has his Blink Dagger as well. Echo Yang with his Ball Lightning. He should be okay. So, I think a good trade there. Oh my god. That one kill got his team 1788 gold. That's how much that Shadow Fiend was worth.
For No Electric Dog, though, obviously the fight didn't go in. Oh, hold on.
Oh, yeah. Silence of the Storm Spirit.
Razor had a static link going that full fight, and he died before it even finished. Slark didn't care whatsoever. Slark opened up on Razor and just beat him down. The entire time Razor was draining from Omni Knight, it didn't make a difference. Slark's damage output in his burst is so high. Razor's ability to, win long, drawn-out fights, deal damage, it doesn't matter when you're dead in 5 seconds.
Yeah. Taiga just goes high ground with the Repel. No problem. Riptide gets stolen. Not really good spell for Rubik, but he has spell seal back him in 12 seconds.
You gotta give it a try, too. Oh, we went Aether Lens on Rubik. He has a massive mana pool. I think he's looking for Ball Lightning with a mana pool like that.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Of course, it's
Victor might find someone here. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, he finds 2, but he doesn't know Slark is there, actually. Oh, but the orb actually coming out. Very useful. The Omnia takes no damage from the Storm Spirit. And Taiga now getting drained up during his BKB. Guardian Angel comes out, and now Shadow Fiend joins the fray here. Victor getting the 1 raise. Just getting auto attack down. There's going to be any more raises. Avalanche actually saving for the time being, but Sonic Wave is not going to let him get away. And and then now Economy's jumping in really aggressive by himself. Has a BKB, knows that he is safe with that. Nagasaran buys back. The only person that can go through the BKB. Slug jumps in. Mario trying to fight up, getting damage drained during his Shadow Dance, but that is the tier 3 broken. And happy with the buyback, they're going to be able to just walk out of here with no casualties.
I love when people make those plays. I think they're so useful. Pushing a strong hero, a hero that Queen of Pain, very evasive hero, very deadly with how much magic damage she puts out, has a BKB with, that was a 9-second BKB. She knows for 9 seconds she's not going to die. She just blinks in, starts fighting, what is No Electric Dog supposed to do? They can't ignore her because she does a lot of damage. They want the kill, but in the meantime, Lehigh's just destroying buildings. And you see they take a T3. T3 turns into shrines. By the time both shrines are down, what's Roshan? Roshan will spawn in 10 seconds. Lehigh's has their next 3 objectives are set up: Shrine, Roshan, and then they can push in for No Electric Dog's base. We just saw the Queen of Pain can blink in front of their cores, doesn't care whatsoever, gets out safe, causes chaos. No Electric Dog has to be shaken right now. They need to pull something out if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, they're slowly losing more and more, and 31k net worth lead here.
It's catching the timer.
Yeah, Pioneers, they're just doing an incredible job of making sure to just extend their lead. And we were wondering about this A on this pickup, and we saw exactly the reason why he was.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
If you buy an item and it wins you a team fight, you bought a good item.
Yeah.
Very simple. And
this is a really highly discussed item as well that was introduced in 7.07, and a lot of people, I mean, the problem with it is the fact that it's good, but supports usually want it, but supports usually don't have the money to get it. But I guess OmniKnight with a greedy Midas first build, be able to pick it up pretty fast.
And that Midas is contributing to this insane gold lead. Both shrines are taken. They're going to scout Roshan, I'm sure, right here. Oh, Econometrics has better things to do. Bounty runes. I think Lehigh is feeling pretty confident.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Marietta is feeling pretty confident here. Lehigh being stuck in their base. And yeah, now 33k net worth, slowly getting to a 35k as well. Mario trying his best, trying to split up and trying to get the lanes pushed out. But when is it going to be the time that Marietta feels confident enough to just walk up the high ground knowing that they have so much more items than their opponents?
I think it's either going to be right now or if they scout out Roshan beforehand.
Yeah.
What are they up to? Oh, they kill some illusions. Quap is going to look in Roshan pit right now. Hello. All right. I think it's going to be in the next 5 minutes, Golgi. Now, matter of fact.
Yeah, there's cheese on this as well the Aegis. They can give that over to the Slark or the Queen. Actually, smokes
just
up.
Kidding.
Oh, weird. Why they? Interesting. I feel like that was a pretty free Roshan there. Deciding to smoke up.
Definitely. They must be worried about getting caught.
Yeah. Oh, Stormspirit might get caught here. Speaking of, there's going to be the blink and you lift onto Razor, and there's silence on Stormspirit. If he goes down, it's a disastrous here. He goes down. He might need to buy back. The song comes out late yet again. Economics going high ground to Mario, knowing that he is invincible right now thanks to that BKB. Mode lifts up the tiny Electriums, and he gets blown up. And now Queen of Pain jumping onto Mario. He actually kind of hobbles away. 3 buybacks coming out here from Lehigh. Echo Yang is able to find the revenge onto the Queen of Pain. He jumps in aggressively yet again. Slark getting caught. They have detection to be able to find him. He is taking down on that macro pyre, but he is able to pounce out of there. Assault's trying to look for victims. Echo Yang jumps in, but the heal is there from Yumi. Rubik hobbling away. He's very tanky. Echo Yang, actually you have to worry about your own health here, buddy. Actually runs out of mana. Actually goes down to a null blast. Mario not getting his spell stolen. That is going to the mirror image. Taiga meanwhile actually gets killed by Assault. Ooh, what a turnaround. 1600 going over to his side. Unfortunately, he has a buyback gold penalty, so he actually doesn't get much money out of that. Only 194 gold.
They had No Electric Dogs, Tiny, and Razor chase Slark from where that fight started at the racks all the way to bot lane and then all the way to the secret shop before finally taking him out. I was certain Slark was going to make it away, but he wasn't slippery enough this time.
Yeah. Man, that buyback gold penalty is so huge there. Oh, Mode in the mid lane. Raises onto Tiny. He's forced out the BKB. But yeah, the kill feed said Assault got 1600 gold from that kill on the Slark. But calculating in the buyback gold penalty and the fact that he bought back himself, he actually only ended up with 100 extra gold from the start of that fight.
And that was deducted from the 39,000 gold lead, which is now 40,000 gold lead at the 38-minute mark.
Oh yeah.
I believe we talked about the relationship between the gold lead and the minute mark earlier.
Yep.
And decided that I think it's safe to say Lehigh has at least a slight advantage currently.
Yeah,
Would you
for
agree?
sure. No, I mean, it's going to take quite a debate from me to be able to dispute that statement, and but it's funnily enough, actually, Lehigh making it look closer than it is.
Definitely. Oh, of course. And that Slark pickup is huge. Regardless of buyback penalty, that Slark is huge. But you know what else is big? The big old Roshan in the middle of the map, which Lehigh is likely going to claim without a fight from No Electric Dog.
Yeah, 40% cooldown reduction talent picked up on Shadow Fiend as well. And you're talking about the Shadow Ray stacks. 6 on the Roshan right now, 7, 8. And 9 is not going to happen, but yeah. Aegis gets surrendered over to Chronometrics. Taiga is going to take over the cheese.
Looking great for Lehigh, as it has been for a large portion of this game. Victor hasn't seen too much success in team fights with Tiny, but he has been doing a wonderful job splitting and pushing out lanes. I wouldn't be surprised if Victor's hero changes to be that guy who's talking about next game already. It feels like Tiny isn't the hero for Victor. I feel like a Weaver or something like that, or maybe even a Terrorblade would be much more fitting to the playstyle we see from him this game.
Yeah, he's played the Tiny well though, but unfortunately, yeah, as you said, this game did landslide out of control.
Would you say it avalanched?
It avalanched, although the Tiny is the one that's getting avalanched on, which is kind of weird.
Yes.
But there's a Rubik on the other side who can steal the avalanche.
Fair enough. And he has the Aether Lens. Now, Rubik has yet to hit level 20 and get the 2 very fun talents, although one of them is attached to a passive. I still think it's great. And Repel, Auto Attack. Lehigh's, no Electric Dog has to make a move here. Lehigh is fine to slow siege this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Victor's going to be blinking in onto mode, but the toss actually misses. Econometrics is going to be blinking in, hexing up that Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is still silenced up. He's going to be able to save himself for now. Now Victor goes down on the backside to that Requiem. Economics being able to get the last hit as well. Song coming in. I don't know what the setup here is. Jakiro, he is going to get the Ice Path over onto the Omni Knight, and this is the Omni Knight, but he is very tanky, and good game gets called. Yeah. Good game gets called and then pauses immediately after because he disconnects. Yep, and that's going to be the game. I mean, they knew without buybacks, because they used all their buybacks last fight. They knew they couldn't win this, especially with the Aegis on their side. So, Game 1, Lehigh making it look somewhat closer than I thought it was going to be with that amount of net worth lead. I'm showing some resilience there.
That was a very close, essentially clean sweep. 43,000 gold lead, just shy of 41 minutes. I don't think the game should have felt that close. No Electric Dog mounted a fantastic defense. I'm very sad to say one of the obvious turning points of that game was Echo Yang's suicide when he was No Electric Dog's hope of getting back in the game. Even coming back from that, knowing that you just lost a ton of net worth across like the Bloodstone charges, which are worth a ton, your whole team is relying on you. It puts you in a terrible position, but also as a player, like this is a league match. It's going to be difficult for Echo Yang, who's playing Storm Spirit, not to be shook, not to be tilted after that match.
Yeah, I mean,
and even with the way he exited was a little questionable.
Yeah. He might be kicking himself a little bit there, and of course, we talked about it before, those kind of like morale and those kind of how do you recover from a loss, very important aspect of competitive sports in general. It doesn't even have to be with just gaming. How you come back from mistakes like that, how do you, not blame yourself so terribly that you affect your next game performance. It's going to be something that's going to be very interesting to take a look at.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Echo Yang. Actually, on No Electric Dog, I want to see how Echo Yang handles going into this next game. Echo Yang has... Oh, he got a taste for blood and he wants more last game.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens with Victor. As we discussed, he played well. His playstyle was great, but it didn't seem like the way he played and the hero he played meshed quite as well as they should have. And I think this game, No Electric Dog is going to identify that, and we're going to see Victor on a much more fitting hero.
And I think, the biggest downside for Lehigh's draft was that Razor, who absolutely got thrashed by that Shadow Fiend, and they won that off lane with the Tiny, they won the safe lane with the Storm Spirit, but as you said, the game dominator of Shadow Fiend, who if he gets ahead just completely wrecks the game. That's what happened, and Assault never got caught up. He got constantly ganked by Slark, and Slark just kind of used him because Slark had a bad lane, but used Assault's downside to his advantage, trying to get him back into the game. I think he killed like Razor like 3 times in the mid game.
And what was Razor to do? Look at the net worth, 11,000 net worth on Razor to 26,000 on Shadow Fiend. You can't make an argument that Razor did well in that lane, and that's the reason you pick Razor. Is so you have a lane you can leave, you can ignore, and have your supports focus on other lanes. As you said, Slark jumped Razor in a mid-game team fight and just melted him. Yeah. Razor could do absolutely nothing. Static Link didn't even finish channeling before Razor went down.
Yeah,
that's just a terrible sign. In regards to Lehigh, they had a rough lane apart from Shadow Fiend, who was doubling Razor's CS not even too long into the game, but Lehigh played well as a team. They grouped up, they pushed towers, they defended well. I want to give another shout out to Econometrics on Queen of Pain, who just played insanely aggressive, so much that I wasn't sure how I felt about her in the laning phase. And then she just got wild and crazy. She started fight, she made space, she made sure, whether she lived or not, that Lehigh took objectives. And that is a team player. I love that. And to me, Econometrics is my star, and I'm going to keep an eye on Econometrics going in game 2.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, game 2 is going to be very interesting here, and we're talking about a lot of the interesting things coming into it, and we're talking about a lot of the maybe hero picks not working out, and Pioneers with their incredible aggressive picks being able to do well with it, and you know, bringing out some unconventional picks as well and items. So yeah, stick around. We're going to be back in a few minutes here. We're just in the lobby. It looks like we have one person missing here from No Electric Dog, but won't be very long of a wait. We'll send you guys to a wait screen, just get a cup of water, and we'll be right back.